Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Jez, Nigezza Creates, and I am taking part in the Rach and Bella Crafts Christmas 2023 craft off. So today you'll have a video from me and one from Julie from Camellia Crafts, and we've both got the same prompt, but we'll probably be making something different. It's running for the whole of November. I will link to everybody down below who's taking part so that you can craft along with us and get into Christmas. So this is November the 3rd and the prompt is a notebook with hidden charms. So we could do whatever we wanted with that prompt. So I've made a little notebook. Do excuse my Halloween nails. I am filming this on the 30th of October and I'm going out for Halloween. So yeah, doing Christmas with a bit of Halloween. They're a bit long as well. So I'm not sure how I'm going to manage. So little notebook. Just tied off here with some festive looking sari silk, and I picked out different bits from the kits that I liked. I won't show you the kits because I'm sure Rachel's already done that. So I just did a little bit of a cluster decoration there at the front, and at the back there we've got a little pocket stuffed full of goodies. So we've got a grassine bag there with lots of the fussy cuts from the kit, the stamps, and they've all been tea dyed on the back and inked. And the envelopes, these are the envelopes from the kit, and I've just put a little what are these called, paper clips on them, so that they could be easily attached into the journal, and they have just been printed double-sided. I just print like an old paper digital that I have, so I just made them up as is from the kit. And the hidden charm of this little notebook is that I've made it plain for you to use your imagination, and I've added different bits from the kit, sort of tags that I've made myself. So there is some tags there ready to embellish and do with what you want, and I put sort of plain background on them so that they can be written on. The ones I've got prepared for what I'm going to show you are actually much plainer on the back. So I've put in 3 pockets here, and I just cut out lots of the stuff from the kit there that are ready to embellish your journal in whatever way you want. I've got some little tabs here from the whale tail punch all ready. So basically my idea was to give this to somebody, maybe as a Christmas present, who's maybe not made a journal before, and so you're giving them everything that they need to make a journal. So you've made the basics, and then they can just use their imagination using all these lovely fussy cuts. I designed these to just stick down, so I didn't back them with anything, but I did ink them. These ones are backed, so they can be little things. So there's a tiny little pocket there that you can put in, and then you could maybe add one of the little fussy cuts that's in this packet to decorate, and you know, turn it into your own. And there's a few sort of pockets there from the kit that could be added. I've pre-scored them and inked them ready. So as I say, I just thought, lots of people I know that were like, oh, I'd love to make a journal, but I just haven't got all the stuff and I wouldn't know where to start. So I thought, well, this is, and people are afraid of sewing in signatures, so I just thought, well, this is it, part made for you. And then, so I've just, in my making of it, and then you've got these pockets then left afterwards for other things. So, and the other little hidden charm is in this little bag. We've got this little pocket that opens up, and inside these little envelopes, I haven't put them in yet, are some little Christmas charms. So that's a little Christmas wreath. It was all silver, and I sort of made it look old and then added some colour with some alcohol ink and markers. So I thought we'll just chuck that in there. That one's quite big actually for that envelope, Jez, but hey ho, we'll make it work. Yeah, flutter one might be better, but that's all I had. And then we'll put a littler one, just a little star one there in the bottom of that one, and then the little envelopes just close up. Note to self, don't put really long fancy dress nails on when you're about to do a video. It's not big and it's not clever. There we go. So that's a little bit of a hidden charm. I have stenciled on the pages, and my thoughts were, these pages are printed on 120 GSM, so this is where you could add, don't have any pockets out here, but if that was a pocket, it could be a pocket. You could add the pocket there ready to stick a tag in. That was what I thought. So I've added some doilies, some ledger paper, and then on the centre I printed one of the sheets there on a bit of vellum to make it look pretty, and then I've got a little snowflake charm there in the middle, and the other side is exactly the same. So it's a bit of a notebook. Hidden charm is the hidden bits in there and the use of your imagination to decorate it. So I will show you how I made it. And it is quite quick, so it would be quite a nice little Christmas gift, I think. I'm just going to put that in there as it is for now. Put that out the way somewhere, Jess. So what I did was I printed that one. Those two are already cut up for me options, because I wasn't quite sure what I thought I might do. So I printed some of the main pages, 2 to a page, so that shrunk it down to give me the right size, and then did sort of the plainer ones on the back. This is the one that I've done already, so I thought I'd make a different one this time. I also put that on the back as well as a nice little plain, but I like that. I like that as a potential cover. So it's just half a sheet of standard paper. That's what we've done, what we call in the UK A5 to make an A6 size. Okay, I'm going to score a line down the centre. I like to use a scoreboard. You can just fold if you want to. So it's our UK papers 8 1/4 wide, so we score at 4 1/8. If you use different size paper, your centerpiece will be somewhere different. Okay, I like that as a cover, and that will be the inside. Now I wanted to make a little bit of a spine. Now the signature is going to get sewn into this center bit, but I just scored it either side, so it kind of had somewhere to grow, and I just went I just went 1/8 of an inch either side to give it a tiny little bit of a score line, a spine, So we're just, it is always hard to kind of fold these bits, but we will do it. Because there's such a small gap, it is a bit more difficult. There we go. That is going to be our little sort of spine there. So it's got a slight sort of curve around to it. Okie doke. Right, put this away. And we will give this a little bit of a burnish. So burnish right down the centre and burnish those lines there. 1, 2. So there we go. So that is what we've got there. Now I want to make my pockets. So if we just push those to one side. So if we look, see, we have 3 pockets there on the inside cover, and then 1 fold over pocket on the back. And this is what I used the other side of these to do that. So we've got one there, so we can use this. Now at the back I just used 4 inches of this. This is printed on 200 GSM card, so I just cut it down at 4, so I could then score at 2, like so. I can decide, well, I like that, it's got Merry Christmas written on it, that's quite cool there. And then you've got that on the back, or I could do it this way and have it as a less busy pocket. Might prefer a less busy pocket actually. Yep. And then we made our other pockets from this one. First thing I want to do is cut it down, so it's got to go on the inside of that score line that we've got there, which is what gives us our 4 inches, which is why I trimmed the pages down to that. So I'm going to come just a little smidge under the 4 inches, not 1/8, a smidge, so less than 1/8, and then that will fit nicely in there. I might turn it around, do the less busy side, so that fits nicely in there. I'm going to do it to 5 inches. It's what I think I did before. No, I did it less than 5 inches, Jez. I think you thought 5 inches was too much. You did. So I actually went to I went to 4 5/8. Is that the right way out? Yeah, not that it matters. So 4 1/2, and then 1 more, Yeah, so that gave me the big and the little pocket. So then we needed another scrap for the other one. So I have got more of that card. So I'm going to cut this in half. So I've got that there if I want to make another. Let's have a look, see. I think maybe that side. So we'll go to the right width, a smidge less than 4, and 2.5 is what I did. So what we'll have, don't need this anymore. I have that. I could do that. And I could do that. No, I am going to do that. And that. That's my 3 pockets. They need a notch, and so to make sure that the notches are all in the right place, I lined the top of each pocket up there. I took a 1-inch punch, I eyeballed the centre. If you want to be a bit more precise, you can mark it, and that meant that all the pockets were lined up. I will be inking them. I won't bore you with inking on camera, but once they're inked, you'll be able to see the difference there and there. They'll show up a lot better when you've actually got ink on your dauber, Jez. There we go. And then for the back pocket, that also doesn't really matter about this one being even because one's on the back and one's on the front, but I decided to do that anyway, and that will go nicely in there. So that's how I made the pockets. I wanted the edges rounded, so I got a new corner rounder. I quite like, did I do them little? Yeah, you did, Jess, because I think you made that before this had arrived. To treat myself. I'm going on. In fact, when this is published, I will be there to the Rach and Bella craft retreat, and I've been looking at these for ages, and I thought, wow, cut down the packing. I won't have to take my big and little corner punch. I'll just take this one. So yeah, that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. And then this needs rounding so that that's ready for going around there. So I'm going to ink round all those edges. So for the pages of the notebook, I have used the digital sheets that have been printed on 120 GSM presentation paper and tea dyed on the back. I have used some tea dyed paper and some tea dyed ledger. paper. Now I did in the original one use the sheets where the orientation was this way, so I just cut it in half, and that worked really, really well. I didn't want to print off any more and tea dye again because I'd already done that. So I have in the new one is cut these down, and they're cut down to 8 inches wide by 5 5/8. That gives me nice tiny gap at the top and at the bottom, and a little gap there. So that is a good size for this journal notebook. And so rather than have you watch me cut paper down in true Blue Peter style, here's one I did earlier. So I used that lovely baubley page, thought that looked nice on the front. I've also used some tea dyed doilies. These are tiny little doilies. I used 3 in the original. I only got 2 left that were tea dyed, and so I thought, oh, that'll be fine. So there's a half sheet of tea dyed paper, some of the printable, the ledger, another sheet. Then I've put my little paper bag, another tea dyed, another doily, another sheet of the digital, and then the vellum. So I printed the vellum, I think I did 2 sheets to 1 page, and then just cut it down to fit. So that is the pages of the journal. And what I'm going to do, because you've got some protrusion there, is I'm just going to take my ruler, give it a good slap, put that on to hold it in place, and I'm going to cut it down. For this really small book, I am going to cut it down. I don't always cut them down. Sometimes, you know, I add lace and tabs and tucks to the edges, so I don't cut them down. But this one I decided I would. It's a notebook. I thought it would look a bit better cut down. So lining this up on my mat to be straight, and so I've got this along one of the bold white lines there, putting it along the bold white line on the bottom, so that is 4 inches. And so taking my knife, I'm gonna cut it down. So this knife's irritating because it doesn't stay up. I'm getting used to it. I just yeah. So don't attempt to cut through all of them in one swoop. Do it a couple of times, you get a much neater finish. Just keep going down and down and down until you eventually have gone through them all. And then you've got a nice neat edge there. Like so. So now let's make the cover. So that is all the pieces, all inked round, all ready to get glued in. So I'm going to give my art glitter a bit of a shake. I find that that has to be done. For me, that's what I find. So these are going to get glued down together. So I'm going down, I'm just checking which way I want. Oh yeah, I know it's that way because that's the side that you did your curly bit on. your corner rounder. So I'm just going down the 3 sides. Find it easier to glue them together, not on the page, because if I fluff this up, I've only got to cut some more pockets. If I glue them to this first, or straight away, and I fluff up, I've got to make a cover as well. So that is why I do that. So here we go. So this is printed on, not sure if I've said this already, 200 GSM cardstock. Oh, it's getting clogged up. I use the Navigator cardstock for this. So Navigator presentation paper and Navigator card. It's a nice smooth white finish, so works well for me. And when I print in Photo Fine. I have a HB printer and I have the monthly subscription, so I don't have to worry about always doing it in the top setting, because it makes no difference. They count the sheets, they count the fact that you've printed a sheet, whether you've done it in draft or done it in the highest setting, it's a sheet, and they send you your ink accordingly. So yeah, and I'm happy with the prints that I get. So yeah, so that's that. And then that now needs to be stuck on the inside. So these hold the ephemera to be used to decorate the notebook. So we're giving this as a gift. But then once they're stuck in, you can use it to hold all sorts of notes, tickets, things that you pick up along the way, whatever you want really. Yeah. So that goes nicely, and I made sure that when I cut it, it was away from that edge so that it won't interfere with it closing. So that's that. So that's those pockets nicely, and then this will go on the back like so. So I'm going to put a squeeze of glue down the centre bit, and then we'll go along the top and the bottom. But I think it's worth having a little bit of glue along that centre bit, just for some extra security. And this on its own would be a really nice sort of insert into any journal really, or on its own as a piece of happy mail that you were sending out. So I'm just going to put that along the top, over the edge. Yeah, a bit of a wiggle into place, and that is that. So that's me pockets done. I say that could be a nice little fold out. You wouldn't necessarily need to put the extra bits in, but that could be a little insert into a journal. But we're making a journal with it, so bring back our pages to go in. Put me pin back on. So that is going to fit in there like so. Now I want to do a bit of stenciling. I've got this snowflake stencil here, and I thought that gave it a nice sort of effect. So I just did a little bit. It's slightly easier to do it before you stick it down, and then you can do things like this where you can sort of cover both pages so that shows a bit there and shows a bit there, which I like doing. So I am just going to tell you about the prizes. So in this collaboration, there are 54 prizes altogether, and to win a prize, you have to watch every video, interact with every video, so leave a comment, like, subscribe would be lovely, and then yeah, so with 54 prizes, then you've got a really good chance of winning something, and by interacting with people's channels, even if it's just a like, it really helps them to be seen. And some channels are really quite small, some channels are really big, and it really helps the visibility of people if you interact. So it doesn't take much to like. It's even better if you comment, and the comment will put you into the prize draw. And a subscribe makes us all have a little bit of a happy dance if you do that. I'm going to ink these edges. I didn't do it on the other one because I forgot. And it really makes an awful lot of difference to creators, because we are, you know, giving you hopefully lots of inspiration, and so it doesn't cost you anything to like and comment, but it really does make, I mean, obviously watch it, that's brilliant. It makes a heck of a lot of difference to our visibility and the algorithms that YouTube use, and it's an easy way of showing your appreciation and helping us out that costs you now. So that is that all done. So now all we need to do is sew it in. And I say newbies, this is a bit that people go, oh, I couldn't be doing that. So if you are gifting this, they don't have to worry about that bit, and then they might enjoy the process of decorating, and then be a little bit braver then to have a go. So that's them all stuck in. I'm not doing a template, I'm just gonna do it by eye. So got my nice pretty pokey tool that a friend of mine, Pat, made me. Pokey, pokey, pokey. And that, by folding it over, that makes sure you're right through where you want it to go. And then I'm going to go up to about there, about an inch in. That's what I'm looking at, about an inch in. So again, I usually use my awl for this. I just saw my pokey tool and I thought, oh, I fancy using that. There we go. And then we'll do the same at the bottom, about an inch in. There we go. So my 3 holes are right on the middle fold, exactly where I wanted them. So by doing the little bend, that's how you get that. And then I do have a very detailed video on sewing in signatures. It's just over an hour long, and it's sewing 3 in. No, it's not. Sewing 2 into a journal. So the principle's the same no matter how many you're sewing in. And I'm doing 1 into a hidden spine as well, so you can check that out. I've just 3-hole pamphlet slit stitch. So even you people that are a little bit scared, it's really easy. It's 3 stitches. That's all it is. So I'm using wax thread here. If you haven't got wax thread, use ordinary thread and get a candle and wax it yourself. Waxing just stops it slipping, really. That's what they're good for. So going in through that hole that we've made, give it a pull, leave a big thread there, go in through the top, and if you've got your book folded, it should come out the hole that you've made without any difficulty whatsoever. And I go back through my first hole, and what you want to be careful of here is that you don't split the thread. And I find if I just pull it out of the way, then I don't split the thread. There we go. So pull that nice and tight, and then we can go in through the top there, come straight through the middle, there we go. We can take these off now because we don't need them, and then make sure we're nice and tight, and just slip your needle underneath that there. This thread you want to be on the other side of this one. There we go. Don't need that on there now. Give it a good tighten, nice, and then just do a double knot. So we're going left over right and right over left. There we go. And then you've got your long threads there for putting a charm on, but that's it. And then I just go through and just fold down, fold over, and give it a little bit of a crease there. So I'm going to hang, there we go, I've got a nice Christmas tree here, little Christmas tree charm. So I'll hang that from the middle. So put it about where I want it. That's on the other side. There we go. Want that to be about there. So I'm doing a little knot again on here, left over right. Before I tighten it, I want to check, yep. And right over left. Give that a nice pull. There we go, and then we'll just trim, and that's my little charm dangle down there. And then to make the little envelope with our hidden charms, I used a bit of leftover card. That will do nicely. Yep. So just fold it in half. Let me use the top of this. I do like a bit of a ridge to help me. we go. And I like to round the corners. I like to round those corners as well. So this will be a nice little booklet. And I have a little punch that punches mini envelopes. You don't have to use this, you could use whatever you've got. Whatever you've got. You can make mini envelopes in other ways. So there's one. This paper I got from a charity shop. It's a bit like vellum. But it's a bit thicker and it's not as translucent. But I thought that this would be quite cool to use. So I did 2 little envelopes and they just fold over. To put my charms in, and I'm going to put some bulb pins in. I've come up with an idea of how to get, but there we go, we're all right. Yeah, come up with an idea. I've sort of decided I'm going to put some bulb pins in because that's something people are not likely to have. So give them a few of that. So then I just went round and inked all the edges, so I will do that now. So that's the envelopes all inked ready, and I just thought I'd show you how to make your own if you don't have the little punch. So I've got I've just cut a 2-inch square, so 2 inches by 2 inches, and I'm just going to draw a line diagonally using my grid mat here to help. Learned how to do this by the lovely Corey Darman, who's in this collaboration as well later on. And so you can do this with any size square. So just draw yourself a little zigzaggy, zigzags, not even zigzag, yeah, cross. And then you fold up to the middle point there. Give that a crease. This paper's not really normal paper, so it's a little bit more difficult. It's probably easier with a bigger sheet, but I just wanted to show you that you can do it. Put that one up there to that point, and then take that up to that middle point there. So we're kind of making sure we've got a straight line. There we go. Dun, dun, dun. And then we're gonna, I like to use a ruler, so put that straight and come a little way down from where these top bits are. You can't see, if you're on an iPad or a phone, you can do that on your screen and it zooms you in. But I just fold it up a tad there. And that's our envelope shape. And then we want to get rid of the excess on this. So I kind of look at these 2 points here. I'll put my ruler on there, give it a good old crease. And then on a bigger envelope, it's fair high pitch, Jez. On a very bigger envelope, I would fold it back. But on this one, I'm just going to chop it off. Don't look very straight, that. Like so. And then you can cut out the little corners. I'm going to use my scissors with a nice point. And this is how to make your envelope if you don't have one of those little punches. And I say it works for any size envelope. So if you see people using an envelope punch board to make envelopes, you can do it this way. So I'm cutting those bits off. And that's your little envelope. You just rub out your little pencil line, and that is the one I made earlier. And they are the same, except this one's got little curvy bits, and I just used my corner rounder on this edge here. It gives you your nice little curve. So there you go. Another little tip there for you. So these can just get stuck down. I didn't want to do that without you seeing, so I just put a little bit of glue up the edge there and up here, but not all the way up, because there's a great big gap across the middle of this one. There we go. So that's that. I'm just going to put a little bit of weight on that. Yeah, put your punch on there, Jez, that'll do. And then I'll show you what I did, because my charm was a bit big. I haven't done it yet, I just thought about it. So what I thought about, so that's like that. So we're just going to stick that down. Once made, when I used to be a teacher, and we had, was a teacher leaving? I can't remember. And so I made a little envelope like this for every pupil in the class, and stuck them all to the inside of the card, so that there was a little personal message inside each of the envelopes for the teacher from the pupil. There we go. So that's that. And then I just, on some of the, an offcut, I've got a little offcut here. There we go. And I just took a 1/2 inch circle just to make the closure. There we go. And I just inked around that and stuck it down. So we just want glue on half of it, so it goes down to there. So I put this near the bottom, so the top of it's touching the curve, so you know that it will stick underneath. So that will now just poke down in there to hold it in place. So now if I get the other one out, show you my idea, just conscious of how long this is taking. So there we go. And I just took a paper clip and tied a bow to it. So for this one, what I thought was I'd make a little hole. So I'm going to use the smallest eyelet and small hole, little eyelet, dragging in all sorts here. Will you just get a bit tidy? Go for that one. I'm going to put the eyelet nice bit on the outside, and then we just squeezy that in like that. And then I'm going to take a bulb pin. This is my little box I made, thanks Dasher Dave. So pop in a bowl pin. Get my charm. That was a bit bulky for the envelope. And that is a way of having that. And then I'm just going to put a couple of bowl pins in the pocket. So we've got charm in the bottom one, nothing in the top. Chuck in a couple of bowl pins, and that is ready to add some charms. Got some bonus ones there. Four's probably enough, Jez. Yeah. And that is that already to pop in the little pocket. There it is. Pop it in this. It's a nice little surprise. And then the only thing left to do is to decorate this front bit. So I'm going to get some bits for that. So I just pulled out a few bits of the fussy cuts, laid them out. Thought that looks quite pretty. I wanted a snowflake in keeping with the snowflake behind there. So sort of going for a nice little cluster. So let's put the pink on there. We'll have that about there. I'm sort of pretty much covering up the whole of that snowflake in the centre, but you can still see it in other places. Quite liked a bit of that sticking out there. Yeah, we'll have a bit of that. Yeah, we'll have that there. And then I'm wondering if that's enough. That's enough. I was thinking of adding one of the faux stamps with a bit of green. Don't think I need it. No, I think I might just stick to the 3. Yeah, we'll have that. That's why I did it sort of in the air, holding it rather than stick it down, because I wasn't fully deciding on what I wanted to do. That, like that. So we have the word Christmas, and then there is space if whoever gets this wants to add their own little title to it, they can. And so I'll just grab some more bits from here to add to it. We've got all these tiny little tags as well, some stamps, some little bits of ephemera. I was going to make some more. I've got some pockets here. They're quite cool. Some more tags to go in. Some more big tags here to go in, and then can just get another little glassine bag, although I haven't got them to hand. I did actually make the ones that I used, so we can put a bit of this in the back there, ready for whoever you're going to gift this to, so that they can dress it up nicely. And then a little bit of sari silk to finish it off. A nice dark green section here. So just wrap it round a couple of times, and a little bit more length on that, and tie a nice little bow. So that is my notebook with hidden charms there, ready to gift someone. So hope you enjoyed that. Hope that gave you some ideas for Christmas gifting, or even just Christmas crafting yourself. Nice little size for a December daily. So you could, there's 32 pages, I think I worked out, yeah. And so easily page a day for a December daily. So don't forget to like and leave a comment, and you'll be in with the prize draw. I'll link down to everybody taking part in this collaboration. 2 a day for the whole of November. Go and check them out, and spread a little bit of crafty, festive love to everybody. It would really sort of make our Christmases to have a few extra little subscribers and a little bit more interaction on our YouTube channels. Okay, bye for now.